We have a Dine to donate going on at the Texas Roadhouse over off Towers.
All right, then. And why did y'all feel the need to do that?
Well, with COVID-19 happening, our donations are down a little bit, and so we're just trying to find a way to get some donations into the program so we can continue to provide free services to the community.
All right. And do you think because of the pandemic, people are, since we had to separate and stay in your home order was enacted, you think did that kind of make the statistics rise for people wanting to for suicide, unfortunately?
What I can say with certainty is that people are stressed out.
Yes.
And that we are in this for the long haul. And so if you were stressed out during week 1, now in week, what are we in?
Yeah, right?
You know,
exactly.
There are people that are feeling stressed, that have been feeling stressed since the beginning. You know, as we slowly return back to normal, there are going to be people that are going to have a harder time than others bouncing back. And that's a hard place to be.
And would you say that we are, people are meant to be around people?
Yes, people need people, and so that's why it's important for us to stay connected, even during physical distancing.
All right, and even though people get on your last nerve sometimes, all right, and sometimes the people you love the most really get on your nerve, or your very last nerve.
I'm glad that you bring that up, and it's funny that this is Relationship Wednesday for you guys, because domestic violence has an uprising right now, because everybody's stuck at home together, and domestic violence is a gateway to suicide, and so that's something that we want to be paying attention to as well.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I really am. And so since I got to look at you and you got to look at me and we can't go anywhere, that's really made some tensions go up, huh?
I think you add closed spaces, people trying to pass the time in whatever matter. That might include some drinking, that might include other things. Add on some financial stress to that. Okay. Add on some fears about your health, and things are going to get stressful and hard.
Okay, then, so it's not necessarily one thing. It's a number of things on top of each other that's got people kind of...
So many things being thrown into the pot and nowhere to go but at each other.
Yeah, because too much time together is just like too much time apart, am I right?
It could go either way.
Well, I've been saying to all our great listeners here on the Rush Hour Jam that, you might be in a situation as, I love you, but I need to get away from you.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Sometimes you need to take some space, and so even though there are not a lot of places that are open, you can't really go to the gym, you can't go to happy hour right now, people need to go take a walk.
There it is.
Get outside.
Ride your bike.
Something out there. Get those physical energies out in one way or another.
Now, how important is it to talk to people?
It's really important to talk to people, and that's just because sometimes you have this story that you've created in your head about any given situation, and the minute I tell that story to another person, they're going to say, well, that's not what I see at all. Or they might say something like, oh, I have lived that story as well, and let me give you some tips on how I got through it. And so people are like, I'm going to keep it to myself. I don't want to be embarrassed or weak, when actually some of your best resources might be the person sitting next to you.
And I like what you said there, embarrassed or weak.
Yes.
All right, then, or different. And I truly believe that as much as everybody wants to be different, we might be different a little bit, but we're really not all that much different.
Humans are all made up of the same things. We all want the same things. We just go about getting our needs met differently.
Right.
But I guarantee you, if you are feeling lonely, someone else is feeling lonely.
Right.
If you're feeling ashamed about something, you're not the first person to feel ashamed about that. And so that is also, humans are kind of built in this. We have these egos that are happening. We're a little narcissistic, where we think like, I am the only one this has ever happened to. And that's just not true.
And I think we need to bring that out to people. You're not the only one. All right. So yeah, it's cool to be different. All right then, but believe it or not, you're not so different that you're not a person anymore, that you don't deserve help or kindness or love or respect or what else?
It's an important lesson that we need to teach, especially our youth, that we need to talk about these things, and that you do deserve to be heard, you deserve to be supported, because if we don't teach our youth to talk about these things out in the open, say, I'm upset about something. What you just said hurt my feelings. What you just did, I feel disrespected by. I feel embarrassed by that. Then how that comes out is it comes out in behavior.
No.
Behavior becomes their language.
Now, I'm glad you said that. Now, let's say you say that to somebody, all right? But the person that they're saying to is, oh, man, you sound real soft saying that right now. You sound real weak right now, all right? Whatever happened to us going from tough, and all of a sudden tough turned into hard, and hard turned into so hard that now it's steel and it's cold and it's... How do we get from one thing all the way to the other?
It's, again, that layer by layer situation where because one person who was brought up with this skill to talk about their emotions tried to talk about it with somebody who wasn't, that didn't turn out well, and now this other person says, well, maybe I was taught wrong because that felt so uncomfortable and embarrassing. And the reality of it is that humans lean towards the things that feel good.
Exactly, because no one likes pain.
Yes. If
That's
something
it.
feels bad, I'm not likely going to do it again. And that's why we have to create conversations and communities where people can talk about hard things, stay respectful, and stay supportive.
Absolutely. All right. Now, why do men have much a harder time doing this than women, or am I wrong?
I think you're absolutely right. And I think it comes right back down to that pride and ego and that fear of being embarrassed, fear of being ashamed. And also when it comes right down to it, men are not taught to talk about emotional things from day one. When you think about when something happens to a small boy and he gets tears in his eyes, what are the most common adult responses?
Suck it up. Be tough.
It'll
What's
be
wrong
all
with you?
right.
You'll be
Get
all right.
over it.
Yeah.
Right. That same teenage.
So it's something. It starts to put something as little as that. I mean, as something as said as that simple. It starts there.
Yeah. I mean, they say that human pain is a learned thing, right? I fall. I look to my caretaker to see, am I hurt or not? Oh, my caretaker looks panicked. I'm hurt. I'm gonna cry. So if my caretaker tells me, suck it up, you're being weak. What is that? Boy, put that away. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to learn because I also want to make that person proud.
Wow. You just taught me something. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Anytime you want to come back, you're more than welcome to. Tell everybody about the event going on tonight, please.
So tonight we're having Dine to donate at the Texas Roadhouse off Powers. You just have to roll up there. It's probably a good idea to order ahead, either online or call it in because it's curbside delivery still. And just let them know when you make your order that you're ordering tonight to support Pikes Peak Suicide Prevention. And we will be oh so grateful. All the services that we provide are free of charge.
Thank you. All right, then if you ever want to come back and talk some more, I would love to talk to you some more because I think there's some things we need to talk about.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, folks, we're going to get some more related.